I hope that you get nothing for Christmas.
Oh. Well, killing myself after watching Black Christmas 2019 didn't work. Fuck, I'm still in a fucking sandhole. Do you like that? It's good, eh? So, it's Christmas, as you can see, isn't it? Isn't it Christmas, Nelly? Come on, Claudette! This is Nelly Claus. And it's Christmas, so feeling festive, I went and saw Black Christmas 2019 at the View Cinema. Such a nice fucking good cinema, not compared to that shithole in St Andrews, I tell you honestly. So good. Nice and crisp, the drink's all nice, all the staff, everyone's friendly, it's nice and warm, nice comfortable seating, everyone's perfect. Went and saw Black Christmas on the opening day. It came out, well, it was meant to come out on a Thursday. No, so it was meant to come out on a Friday the 13th. But for some reason they just released films the day early, so it came out on the Wednesday, so I went and saw it on the Wednesday. You know, going in, expecting it to be fucking absolutely packed, and was it packed? No, there was about maybe 6 other people there, so good. Fuck you, Jason Blum. Now, before I go into Black Christmas 2019, I wrote a lot of notes for this as well, because I'm professional. My favourite Christmas film, and without even being like sarcastic or doing this for the show or whatever, my favourite Christmas film is Black Christmas, the 1974 one. Now I'm going to have to say 1974, I would say 2006, and I would say 2019, because these films have all just called themselves the same thing, because they're just going to mark off the first Black Christmas. Oh, we can just call it that, people will come and watch it. Oh. But the second one, 2006 one's kind of relevant, related to the 1974 one, but 2019, my Christ, aside from the cat being called Claudette, and it's got women in a sorority house, it's literally nothing at all like it, at all. Anyway, so talk about the first Black Christmas, the 1974 one. Now, Bob Clark directed it, who's producer for it. It was written by Roy A. Moore. Box office, it made $4 million off of a budget of 620,000. Don't know if that's Canadian, it's a Canadian film. But it's meant to be one of the first sort of slasher films, and I really like it. It's just all these sort of women in a sorority house, and it's at Christmas time, they're going to go off on their winter break, and then this guy, and I love the use of like camera in it, where there's like a guy like climbing up the wall. He just sort of appears at their house, climbs up the wall, climbs up the sort of, what are they called? I've seen them in deathmatch wrestling before, those sort of ivy wall climbing things. He climbs up that, breaks into the house, gets in the attic, and he starts leaving them sort of weird, sort of disturbing phone calls saying that like he wants to eat their pretty pink cunts and he wants them to suck his cock, and he just starts screaming and hurling, going, ah!
Pretty big cunt. I make a pretty big clit. I'm like a tuning fork, baby. My fat cock, too.
Oh, why don't you go find a wall socket and stick your tongue in it? That'll give you a charge.
I'll stick my tongue up your pretty pussy.
What do you want? Why are you doing this?
And it's really weird and sinister, and like some of the girls are scared, and the main sort of Barb, the sort of drunky girl, she's like she sort of riles him up, and then he very softly says at the very end of the phone conversation, after he's talking about cunts and stuff, he says, I'm gonna kill you. And it's very soft, very subtle.
You fucking creep!
I'm going to kill you.
They do it again in the 2006 fucking Black Christmas, and it's not the same. It's just a waste of fucking time.
Billy! What's your
Mother and I must know is where's Agnes?
Boys and girls.
I'm gonna kill you.
But yeah, they call him the Moaner. I think it's named in the credits as the Moaner. But anyway, so other things like for the original Black Christmas, the storyline's very simple. The plot's very simple. Basically, the guy breaks into the house, leaves them loads of phone calls, and just sort of starts killing sorority girls and stuff. Like, one of them goes missing, and her dad, like, she was meant to go and meet her dad somewhere, and her dad comes to the sorority house and is looking for his daughter. And he doesn't like the way that it's all just drunken debauchery, and Mrs. Mack, who's the caretaker of the house, she's a comedic character. She keeps like bottles of booze hidden in books that had like bottle-shaped bits cut out of the pages and stuff. And she's got the cat called Claude, and at one bit in it, she doesn't know where Claude is, but it's Claude up in the attic, and then she gets killed by like a sort of like winch fucking chain hook thing stabbed in her head. So she gets killed. But lots of people just die, and I will say this one reference as well. If I don't say it now, I'll forget to put it in. That Julia Newmar, who's a woman who's in one episode of Columbo called Double Shock, I think, looks very, very much like Olivia Hussey or whatever her name is in the original Black Christmas. Is like the sort of main girl, basically. That's not Barb. But yeah, what else happens in it? There's lots of like nice subtle little camera bits. Like there's a bit where the main girl I just mentioned, she says she's pregnant, but she's going to get an abortion, and her boyfriend's not happy about it. And she's like, I don't want to marry you. And he's like a pianist, not a penis. And there's a bit where he does this piano recital and he fucks it up, and he's really angry in that, and he destroys like the piano in the sort of recital hall bit. And after he destroys it, it sort of cuts to another part of the movie, but the sound of him like battering the piano is like plays into the next scene as like background noise. It's really, really good, really subtle. It's very interesting. But yeah, so the main sort of bit of showed you in a poster and whatever is as a girl at the very start of the film, well, not near the start of the film, gets attacked by this. He says the word Billy. And he also says the word Agnes. This is when he's phoning on the phone. This is what I like about Black Christmas. It's never explained. Either explain nothing or explain everything. Because in this one, it's never fucking fully explained what's actually fucking going on. So he says Billy, and he says, oh, Billy, Agnes, Billy. And then in the 2006 one, they take this tiny, small little part of him just randomly mumbling, because he's obviously clearly meant to be fucking mental, rambling incoherent nonsense, and they make two characters of Billy and Agnes, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But anyway, he ends up killing this girl, suffocates her, and puts like a bag on her head. And throughout the film, she's sitting at the top of the house in the attic, sort of rocking back and forth in this chair, with her face like that with the back. It's it's an iconic sort of shot. She's sort of sitting there, her eyes wide open, mouth open, this plastic bag on her head. And throughout the entire film, she's never found. But basically, throughout Black Christmas, people get killed, no one knows who's doing it. Eventually everybody sort of leaves, and it's one of the main girls there, and then this is one of the iconic scenes where they find out the calls are coming from inside the house, and See Billy's eye at the door, which is another quite a good scene, and she runs away and she gets away from Billy.
Agnes, it's me, Billy. Agnes, don't you tell what we did, Agnes.
Then she runs down into the basement, and her boyfriend, her angry boyfriend who destroyed the piano and that, breaks into the bottom of the house, and then a little part of it you're kind of like, oh, is it the boyfriend? But it's obviously not the fucking boyfriend. The guy broke into the house fucking at the start of the film. Idiots. He breaks into the bottom of the house, and then all the police are already on their way at this point. The police are on their way to try and, she's like, oh, help, what? Calls are coming from inside the house, oh no! My boyfriend, what's his fucking name? Peter, I think his name is. And he's gets into the bottom of the house where she's hiding in the basement. He's like, oh, what's wrong? And she's got like a sort of fire poker thing. Then it cuts away, and then the police find her and him underneath the house. They're both covered in blood, but she's alive and he's not. So it's kind of implied that she killed him, or this moaner person knocked them both out and killed him. Anyway, she gets taken back, and then the people think that Peter underneath in the basement was the killer, but he wasn't, obviously. So they put her back in the house to recuperate, and then it shows you.
Get us a car, Nash?
Yeah, let's go.
Alright, McCloskey. You heard what the lieutenant said. Bye.
And then you still see the same girl in the attic, like rocking back and forth, because they've still not found her body yet. The entire film, it's great. It's iconic piece of cinema. It's amazing. It's the sort of it's a beautiful Christmas movie. There's lots and lots of nice sound designs, fucking fantastic in Black Christmas 1974. The main, we don't know who Billy is. We don't know what he's talking about. It's all very, very vague. He's just a murderer. There's also a bit earlier on in the film where like a young girl, like a schoolgirl, gets killed in like a park, and everybody's like, this is when they're trying to look for the main girl who's in the attic, and that might not be Billy. It's never ever fully referenced that was Billy, because he's already in the house by this point when this all happens. So it might not even be him. It's just like another added sort of layer of paranoia and panic around the sort of town at this time of year. Black Christmas 1974 is fucking great. Now, quickly get to Black Christmas 2006, which is shit.
15 years ago, on Christmas Eve, his family became his victims.
What have you done?
But, it was written by Glenn Morgan, budget of 9 million, box office 21.5 million, and apparently Morgan was inspired by Edmund Kemper when writing the film, because he killed his mum and had sex with his mum's head. Don't really understand that. This film's also got references to Harvey Weinstein, the famed sex pest Harvey Weinstein. Because apparently this is around the time when this, 2006, when this came out. What happened? Morgan wanted the film to be different, but the studio, Harvey Weinstein's studio, wanted to add in more gore and more kills, and it's not even that gory at all. There's some like splatterings of blood here and there, and somebody gets killed with an ice pick. We'll get into that, that's fucking stupid. There's a bit in it, right, where all these women, it's the same sort of thing in a sorority house, it's the same story, There's the house woman, Mrs. Mack. It's the same for the first film. It's a remake or whatever. The woman who plays Mrs. Mack in the second film is one of the characters in the original 1974 Black Christmas, which is alright. But she gets knocked out the back of a wall and gets killed by an ice pick when it goes through her head. Anyway, so Billy is born with jaundice. His mum hates him. His mum's a sort of chain-smoking alcoholic. Imagine that, eh? And she hates Billy. His little baby. She like crushes a Christmas bauble in his cot, and you think, alright. And then this all gets done through the entire story, and I'll try and streamline it for you. Basically, Billy's born, his mum hates him, his dad sort of loves him. His mum doesn't want to have any Christmas presents, but his dad, as he gets slightly older, his dad gives him Christmas presents wrapped in like Christmas like newspaper. And I thought in my head, I was like, right, why is he wrapping it in that? And then I thought, oh, maybe it's because his mum doesn't want his presents to be wrapped in Christmas paper, because then his dad wraps them in newspaper, so his mum doesn't know that he's getting presents because he wrapped them in Christmas paper. Then he would know he's getting presents. But this is just me thinking, giving the film too much credit, because it's never ever mentioned. Is it meant to be subtle, or is it just something I've made up to give the film more credibility than it does? He wraps it in fucking newspaper, whatever. But so eventually, Billy's mum and Billy's mum's new boyfriend kill Billy's dad. Billy, who climbs through the walls like a spider, like in other films that have probably based off this, I have no idea, like The Boy and Within and Shut In, of spider boys living in the walls, sees the mum and the boyfriend kill his dad, then he gets locked in the attic, you know, oh, he's in the attic. And there is sort of references that the attic in this does look very, very, very similar, almost identical to the one in the 1974 Black Christmas. There's some references in this that's kind of like that, like the bit with the unicorn head that gets used to stab somebody. That I don't think it gets used to stab somebody in this actual film, but it is used. The sort of weird looking girl holds it, who you think, oh, is she Agnes? Oh, I don't know. But that's a great scene from 1974 Black Christmas, because where Billy stabs the girl, there's the Christmas carolers. I keep saying that, carolers. Say it about 500 times. Carolers. Christmas holiday singer people are singing outside. Billy's stabbing her, so you don't get to hear it because the carol's at the door. Great scene. There's references like that. But anyway, I digress, as I often do in these things. So Billy sees this, he gets locked up in the attic. Eventually, later, years pass. Billy's about 12 or 13, and her mum and her new boyfriend, she wants to get pregnant of a new child, but she can't get pregnant from him because he's impotent or he's too drunk and he can't get hard. So his mum goes up to the attic, and Billy's sitting on the chair rocking back and forward, like, you know, the bit from like the girl in Black sitting back in the chair. And she goes up, and I think he's meant to be asleep, and she takes down her pants, and it's insinuated that she rapes him. Right, we really need that. So she rapes her son, and then she's pregnant, and she gives birth to Agnes and Billy. You know, these two names that were uttered by a madman at the start of and during Black Christmas, that were just ramblings, I thought, but no, it's a big massive plot point in this fucking piece of shit film. And she rapes him, she gives birth to a daughter, and then eventually Billy breaks down later on in life, gouges Agnes's eye out, kills her mum's boyfriend, kills his mum, and makes cookies out of her back and bakes them in the oven and eats human cookies out of her.
Became his victims.
What have you done?
Billy gets put in an asylum. He also passes like a little present through with the newspaper on it. Oh, references! Oh my god! And it's just Billy's in the asylum. The guard at the asylum keeps saying, "Oh, every year he tries to be cute at Christmas." Because as this guy comes in, as like Santa comes in, there's a bit of like a milk carton gets squashed at the door, and he's like, "Oh, sorry, I've come into the wrong wing." You're like, is it not meant to be like a mental hospital? Is it a normal hospital? It doesn't really make sense. But anyway, Billy breaks out, kills the guard with a sort of sharpened up candy cane, stabs him in the head after he hides under his bed, breaks out, and then he goes back to his house, which is the house that all the girls are living in throughout the film, the sorority house. That's Billy's house. Ugh. And you just think, it's got Dawn for Buffy the Vampire Slayer in it. There's bits in it where people get bags put over their head and their eyes gouged out, but obviously it's not the same iconic sort of see-through black bag as in Black Christmas with a girl, it's just a normal bag, because then you would be able to see them getting their eyes gouged out. And everybody gets killed, and all the women get murdered, and there's one main girl, and then she goes up to the house and she just thinks it's Agnes living in the house, and they're like killing the girls and taking their eyes out and putting their baubles in the Christmas tree, and it's just a bit much for like a sort of a movie about a madman that breaks in an attic and murders people for no reason. Too much backstory, too much plot for it. And then there's also another scene in it where there's this girl having a shower, and there's bits in the floor that are kind of moved out, and he's kind of looking at her having a shower. The drunk girl who's sick, he's looking at her having the shower, and it breaks a little hole in the floor, and you're like, how would that even work? Breaking the tiles in the floor and you can sort of see it, and from his angle, from the way you can see it, you wouldn't even be able to see her in the shower. It's fucking stupid. I can hate that scene. Also in that scene with the fucking showers on, all the electricity's off in the house, so how's the shower working? All the lights go off, all the power's off in the house. Oh, how are we going to do this? Oh, we can't do this. Oh, we need to go down and break in. But eventually the main girl goes up into the attic with the girl at the start's missing sister who comes into it, and you think she might be evil, or oh, fucking hell. And the main girl goes in, eventually she sort of fights Agnes, and then you find out Billy and Agnes are there. How's Agnes even in the house? And she fights them both. There's a big massive blockade bit in the wall. She knocks Agnes down. Billy's at the top, she's at the bottom. The woman breaks through with a weight. They take them back to the hospital. Billy's charred body's there and he dies. Like, oh god, where's Agnes? And then he's like, oh, the policeman's like, oh, we need you to identify Agnes's body. They go to the body bag and finds that that's her sister. Oh, where's Agnes? Oh god, who knows? And then Agnes ends up killing the missing girl at the start's sister. It's just the main girl left. And it's Agnes who's trying to kill her in the hospital. How did she get to the, like, how is any, oh, it's so fucking stupid. And then she uses this sort of thing that like, sort of shock people. She uses that on Agnes's head and kills Agnes, and that's the end of the film. So, a rape, incest, madman story, and there's like bits of comedy in it, but not like bits of comedy in 1974 where the guy's talking about cunnilingus and the police are laughing about it. Even that I don't really like there's a lot of bits that might be funny. I don't mind Mrs. Mac in the first 1974 one, like being a drunk and it's all funny and stuff, and there's a bit where she's talking about turtles having sex, like Barb's talking about. They're kind of funny, but the bits where they're laughing about Sergeant Nash saying cunnilingus, you're like, is there not like girls like missing in the park and stuff, and you want to take this a wee bit more seriously? And in this one there's like stupid comedy bits and stuff, but Black it's a remake. It pays homage to the original film, but it's shit. Don't watch it. And it's fucking, everything had to be changed from director. Glenn Morgan said that he hated it and he was not a fan. And there's also another bit I forgot to mention before I got them, just to read my notes. There's a bit where there's like a poster where the guy who's in Black Christmas 2006 has slept with one of the other girls and he's filmed it and he's going with one of the other girls and there's just lots of shite. Who needs all that? He's sitting with a girl, there's a poster of like some sort of thing. Oh my god, my tinsel's falling over. There's a poster of some sort of thing and like you think that maybe the eyes in the poster are going to move, but they don't. And then a little thumbtack unscrews out of the wall and you think, maybe the poster's going to fall down, there's going to be a hole. But the tiny little thumbtack hole, there's an eye looking through it. You're like, fuck off. Fuck Black Christmas fucking 2006. What a pile of fucking shite.
No, wait.
Helena hasn't gotten home yet.
If I were missing, I'd want you to unleash the bloodhounds and track me down.
So we finally get to Black Christmas 2019, which isn't even a horror film. It's barely even a reference to Black Christmas. I think they've got a cat called Claudette, who's based on Claude for the first film, and I think they've got the spiky unicorn head thing. Other than that, Black Christmas 2019 might be the worst fucking film I've seen this year. And I've seen a lot of fucking garbage. I've seen Annabelle Comes Fucking Home, for fuck's sake. It was fucking trash. and I had such fucking low expectations going in to watch this film. I just wanted to go and watch it and slate it and rip it apart, because it was going to be just shit. A shit sort of fucking horror movie. But it exceeded all expectations of being a pile of fucking shit. Honestly, it was just... I've never seen a film that is just so blatantly feminist propaganda. That's all the film was. It was just women are good, men are bad, men are evil, men are rapists, men only want one thing, women are always right, and the writing was terrible, and the actresses were terrible, the dialogue was bad, it was cheaply filmed, it was just shit. I mean, it's set in the same sort of way that Black Christmas. It's set in a sorority house at Christmas time. Well, repeat myself. Christmas time, we're going to go away for a Christmas break, and at the start of it, like you'll probably see it, I'll show in the advert, this woman's sort of she thinks she's been followed home with this guy, and then she gets stabbed and killed. And I think she's meant to be one of the girls in the sorority house because she doesn't come back. And she gets like dragged away into the snow like a snow angel, and you think, oh, that's an interesting shot, and then, but it's not. It's lazy. The film was lazy. The film was just fucking feminist shit. So basically they're at this college, Hawthorne College, and the person who's Hawthorne, who's, I assume the guy who founded the college, has like a bust of himself at the school. And of all the female characters, you know, there's like the nerdy one, and there's the sort of stupid bimbo-y one who, you know, nearly gets raped at one scene, but she gets saved by her friend, because all men are rapists, remember. That's what Black Christmas wants you to know. All men are rapists. There's the fucking main girl who did get raped by another the leader of like the fucking male sorority house at the end of the street or something, and that she's all traumatised about that, even though no one believes her. But did she get raped? But you find out that she did get raped, and it's all this, oh fucking hell. It's just all to do with like women being belittled by men, and it's so fucking in your face. There's no fucking subtlety at all. I mean, I wanted like a subtle, slow-paced, eerie Christmas horror film about a psychopath that murders women because he's mental, not this fucking in-your-face feminist propaganda horse shit. Because that's what it was. It was just like a fucking political statement and slapped the name Black Christmas on it to pump out the cinemas. I don't even think it's made 10 million at the box office so far, and I saw this the day it came out, which was fucking like, what, maybe a week ago? Maybe more than a week ago now? They just have these films, oh, it's projected to make 10 million, oh, it'll cost us 2 million, boom, we've got 8 million profit, fuck it. No one cares, just a piece of shit. But they're trying to say something political about this, and the only thing they're trying to say is men are bad. Men bad, women good. Men are evil. That's it. That's all they're trying to say. But the plot of it, women are at the house. There's some sort of... oh yeah, that's another character, another girl I forgot. She's the really hardcore feministy, fucking bitchy one. She's the one that got the bust of like Hawthorne like removed from the school. I don't understand why, because he incites male violence or something. I can't even fucking remember. And there's also a lecturer at the school who's teaching them about the classics, and she puts in a complaint about him because he's not using female authors. And she's like, mate, no female authors, he's bad, male bad, men are bad, all men are bastards, all men are evil. And you're like, fuck, Jesus Christ. But it turns out that the guy who's this lecturer and all the males from the Hawthorne thing are somehow being influenced or brainwashed by this black goo that fucking oozes out of the Hawthorne bust, and you think, Black Christmas, black goo. Fucking hell, it's grim, like, and it uses this black goo because it's using it to mind control the men to make them kill women that aren't in line with men's power. Women who step out of line need to be put in line, and men are good and oppressive, and it's always the men are always bad and they're always rapists and they're always going to put the women down. That's the entire film. And it's only an hour and a half long, and it felt a bit like 5 fucking days. And there's like obviously in Black Christmas, even in the sort of Black Christmas 2006, which is shit, like there's some sort of like subtle horror-y bits to it, but in this, they've got the guys from the Hawthorne thing are just wearing black cloaks, like sort of big old black sort of like black cloaks and hoods and everything, and they've got fucking bows and arrows. There's a bit in it where there's like no subtlety, no nothing, they just sort of bound in with bows and arrows and just start shooting all the women. And you're like, well, what's creepy about that? There is a bit where, I don't even think a woman gets a bag over her head, I'm sure a guy gets a bag over his head in this one. Somebody does get killed in the attic when they're looking for Christmas lights, and a body does get left on the roof of the sorority house, because I think it's the first girl that gets killed gets her body left on the roof. Is it referenced again, like in Black Christmas 1974? No. She's on the roof at the top, and I think that's it left. And that basically they're trying to kill the women because the women are standing up for themselves against the male oppressors. And eventually there's a girl who ends up working for the Hawthorne guys because she's a good woman. It's all just so fucking on the nose. It's horrible. This is meant to be a piece of art. It's shit. But then eventually the girls get taken to the Hawthorne thing, they get transported there and they're going to get killed or sacrificed to the Hawthorne bus or whatever. And then one of the girls, who's now got like a male sort of black friend who fancies her and he's with them and stuff. There's another bit in it where the girls at the sorority house, the feministy women, they're all sort of dressed in sort of like short, slutty sort of Santa outfits, and they do a little dance, sing-along song thing to entertain whoever's there. And then the girl who's the main character who got raped, or she did get raped, I can't remember anymore if she got raped or she didn't get raped, I can't remember. She's the one that put along the dance number, and obviously one of the girls gets killed. So they don't know she's dead, but they need a replacement for her. And the girl who organises it, like, oh no, I can't do it, the rapist's in the crowd, I don't want to do it. And eventually she gets on stage and they basically sing a song about how I got raped, you raped me, he, women good, men bad, you raped me, tee ho ho ho, Christmas, rape. And you're like, right, I don't know who this film's for. Because I don't even think that feministy the people who the film before would even watch it. It's not even advertised as that. It's not even advertised as a feminist statement. It's advertised as a fucking crap fucking female cast as horror pile of shite. I didn't expect it to be like fucking Black Christmas 1974 and be subtle and good, but I expected it to be somewhat a horror film, not just a fucking political pile of shit. But anyway, and at the end of it, the girl breaks the Hawthorne bus that leaks the black goo, and they set fire to all the males in the Hawthorne place, and they run out and all the men are all dying in the thing, and you're like, oh, woo, feminism. God, what a waste of fucking money, what a waste of fucking time. But this is my Christmas gift to you, the viewers of this illustrious show. There are 5 episodes in now. There'll be a lot more in the coming months, so believe you me, when I actually get time, because it's been fucking busy working and everything along with doing this. But my Christmas present to you is the information that you should not, and please don't watch Black Christmas or pay for Black Christmas 2019. I did it so that you didn't have to. Please don't fucking watch it. It's a pile of fucking shit. It's not even mildly entertaining like the 2006 one, and it's nothing in comparison to the best Christmas film ever, Black Christmas 1974. So please don't watch it. Please don't give Jason Blum any more money.
I'm tired of running. Go, 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 go! Ho, 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 bitch. You messed with the wrong sisters.
So, Merry Christmas from Cinema Slurs and Bleeding Gums. Do not watch Black Christmas 2019. Fuck Jason Blum and fuck that film. Merry Christmas.